share music. And I knew at a young age that music was very important to me. I knew that it was something I was passionate about, that I enjoyed. My mom, she sung in the choir, sings in the choir, teaches choir. My dad, he sung in the choir. My grandfather, my grandmother. So it was around. We sung it when we got together as a family. Music was always kind of there. I didn't know how exactly I was going to get paid for it or play or make a career out of it, but I knew that I wanted to. So I had friends that were young and they knew what they wanted to do. I had a friend named Nick who was really good with his hands. He was really good with tools. He was the reason that we were the first 16-year-olds in our class driving around with cars. We had cars that were ready to go because Nick knew how to work on that stuff. So Nick went to vocational school and stuff like that. So when we graduated, that's kind of where we parted ways because he was already ready to work and go out to the field. I kind of was figuring out what it was I wanted to do, so I had to take an internship. I had to go to college so I could get an internship, and I applied for jobs. I was looking for jobs online and stuff like that, and I found this internship was the opposite of what I wanted to do because what I wanted to do was get paid. Internship that I had was free. If you find a paid internship, you're very, very lucky. So the internship got me in the door of the radio station. They would have never even looked at me, looked at my application, considered me if I didn't have an internship. So although I was not happy with school, I was not like I could have been doing other classes and I had to study other things before I got to the stuff that was really, really cool to me. I needed to get that college internship, and that got me in the door. And once I got into the door, I got to see some of the coolest stuff. I got college credit for going to see concerts, for putting together events for bands that I had never heard of, that I had heard of, and I was really big fans of. I get to put that on my resume and say that I helped Jack White make a studio performance live from the Midland Theater that nobody else has a bootleg copy of but me. So let's go back to, I would like to just kind of I'll leave you two things, perseverance and passion. So it took a lot of work and it took a lot of failing. I failed a lot. I fell on my face. I was really embarrassed and really hurt a lot of times. When I didn't start here, I started at a radio station that had news radio station. In the building we work in, there was 8 radio stations in one building. So I would work overnight. So I always kind of been an overnight working person. So it's not unfamiliar to me. It's right where I belong, kind of. And so I worked for the news radio station, but then one of the other radio stations went off the air. And when the radio stations go off the air, this light blinks up here. And so I know immediately that's the news radio station. But if any of the other 7 radio stations blink, this red light blinks right here. And you kind of got to do some critical thinking, figure out what it is. And I figured out which one it was. I ringed it was the buzz, and I was like, sweet, it's my spot, it's my time. Eminem, one moment started playing in my background, lose yourself, and so I was like, all right, I'm about to see this opportunity. And so I went in there and I pressed the button because it's really simple. It looks, when you look at that board with all those knobs and all those buttons and all that stuff, they're really particularly set to particular presets. So really there's only a couple buttons that you actually push on there, although it looks like a huge daunting task. So I did it and it didn't work. I did it and it didn't work. I did it and it didn't work. So I had to figure something else out new. So I started taking people's calls to at least see if I was being heard over there. And so then people started calling. I started thinking, this is fun, man. I'm gonna see what y'all talking about. See what can y'all hear me? What song can I play if you want me to play something? And so I had that going, and I was like, man, I got a little taste of that being on air because I'm usually just behind the scenes. And it's like, man, I don't know what to do, but I'm about to rap. Because dead air is like what I was taught in college was a horrible thing. So instead of there being dead air, I rapped. And that's not the protocol that I should have followed. There was a CD on the board that I should have followed, which is technically skipped and wouldn't have sounded good anyway. But the next day I got fired. So the people that trained me, they tell me even to this day, they've been in this here for 15 to 20 years, tell me what I did was an epic decision. It was legendary. And it didn't feel like it at the time. It felt like it hurt. My pockets was hurting. I needed a job. I couldn't eat, you know what I mean? But I had to find a way. I had to persevere. I had to find other jobs. And in the meantime, kind of do what I was passionate about on the side. So I had to keep it up, you know? So the degree I got was a communications degree, and it's a varying sort of different things. It could be TV, radio, journalism, just a assortment, a diverse field of things. And so I just went and started trying to do that, and I worked, and none of the jobs were something that made my day. And I just jumped out of bed to go to it. You know, nothing did. And some people don't ever find that. So you're really lucky if you do. And I think that it's important when you're you guys' age to find stuff that's fun to you, to find stuff that you're passionate about. Everything isn't going to have a class that you could go take and to get into it. Maybe you want to be a singer. Maybe you're really good at playing the piano. Maybe you're an artist. I know your art teachers right here, stuff like that. I've heard about some of you guys. Maybe you guys ride bikes. Maybe you skateboard. Maybe you design video games. Maybe you really, really like math. If you're just passionate about some of that, anything, whatever it is you're passionate about, I say you pursue that. You find that. You go with it. So I stayed doing music. And so I took my rapping, which was right here, and I made that Dead Air album that I showed you guys about. And so people got it. I went a hold of it online. I started sharing it with my friends. The radio station got a hold of it. They thought I was funny. The radio station that I thought that I was meant to be on ended up having me on air a year later. They invited me to come back on the radio station and talk to them. And like, we talked about stuff and we kind of just hung out. It wasn't really about anything, but I started building a relationship with these people and we started connecting the dots. And then a year later, after bugging them, they let me on the air. And I got a show on Sunday nights for 2 hours. And so on Sunday nights, if you think about it, there's a lot going on. The Super Bowl's on Sunday nights. Like, the award shows are on Sunday nights. There's a lot of big stuff that happens on Sunday nights. Nobody's live on the radio at 10 to 3 a.m. on a Sunday night. So I kind of had really no competition, but I didn't really have an audience. So I had to make an audience and create, like, competition for myself. And so I did that. And I kind of got out there and I was innovative. I made things happen. I took risks. And so I have 5 hours now. So, like, they gave me 5 hours at the beginning of the year because I was doing such a good job. And I've taken risks that other people weren't taking and just trying things and being out there and kind of being inventive. So it took persevering over those troubles and those trials and tribulations and not giving up. I don't know if my teacher might get mad at me saying it sucks, dude, to be completely honest, a little bit. But you keep going. Like, just when you eat something that tastes bad or you get hurt because you fall on your face, you get up because you didn't die, and you can keep going. You know what I mean? So I did that, and now I go to concerts all the time. I actually get paid to go to concerts and stuff like that. If you hear music on the radio station, it's very cool. But to hear a show live is really, really very different. And some of the bands that are on the air sound totally different live. And that's maybe a good thing or a bad thing. But these are a handful of concerts that I've been to just for the buzz. And concerts that people that I've met there that have changed my life, and connections that I made, and people that I meet and go out and see on a regular basis, that this is my life, dude. I get to do this. And then I get to go in at the end of the week and talk about those concerts. And it's great because I have personal experiences with the people that I've met. Like, I could say, oh, I saw Tanner here hanging out and we went to see the Arctic Monkeys or something, and it's a personal story that people relate. And they feel like we're family, and that's what it is. It's a Buzz family, which it says here on my shirt, I think. So, what's your question right quick?
Yeah, I think you have bars.
If I have what?
If you have bars.
Bars? Yeah, I got bars, bro. Hold on one second. Yeah, so this is just something I'm passionate about. Is there things that you guys are passionate about that you know right now? What are you passionate about? You said, oh, the battery's running low? How do I...
It'll be alright, I bet.
You'll make it through this one.
Yeah. So, what's you passionate about, bro?
Basketball and math.
Basketball and math, man. You gonna take angles to get that basket that in there, man, off the bar. You gotta stay in there and shoot them free throws all day long, man, because that's fundamentals. That's discipline, you know, people doing that. What are you guys passionate about?
Soccer and baseball.
Soccer and baseball, too. We got the World Series Royals, and we got Sporting Kansas City, one of the best teams in the country, MLS. What are you passionate about?
Dance and reading.
Dance and reading. I really like reading. What's one of your favorite books? You should read The Alchemist if you've never read The Alchemist. It's my favorite book ever. What are you passionate about in the White Sox? You don't know where you wearing White Sox, man?
Basketball and science.
Basketball. Y'all get together and play against each other. And I like that you guys are into math and science, man. Try that. Get out there and do that. What are you interested in? Singing? Do you write too? That's really cool. I was telling him, if you can write and sing your own music, you're kind of a jewel, because a lot of people can sing songs, but if you can write and sing and even play an instrument, you're your own. You don't need anybody. What do you like doing, man? Basketball and rapping. All right. Speaking of rapping, I'm gonna ask you what you would like to do right quick, because you really science. Get in there and do that, man. What you like to do?
Okay.
Y'all excited about doing stuff, huh? What you like to do? Dance. What you like to do?
I like singing, I like helping people, and I like math.
Math. I like that a lot of you guys like math. What you like doing?
Reading and writing.
Reading and writing. Do those things, man. Those are very important. I'm going to spit something for y'all that I was reading and writing specifically just for y'all. So, what you got?
Art.
Art. That's your art teacher. She was waiting for that answer. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. When I take over your class, what are you gonna do? Usually in front of stages with crowds hands up high. Now I'm in front of classes and they asking me why. How about now? Let me tell you why I'm here, or how I even picked up and even started my career. I wrote that specifically for you guys, man. So I hope that if I can leave you with something important, it's just that if there's something that you're passionate about, if there's something that you enjoy doing, do it. If you don't know yet, that's fine, and it's cool. You got time. Just kind of experiment and try things out, and don't be afraid to fall on your face. But get up. I'm gonna answer this question right quick, and then I'll answer it. I can't. I don't. It's not like school, probably age appropriate stuff. What's your question?
When me and Kat sing together, because I think that we both out very well.
Is this Cat? That's good. You guys should use that and work with stuff with each other. It's really cool to have somebody who shares your mutual like interests and stuff. So if you guys want to get together and do that, you should. So I think that I've about wrapped up what I have to say here. I really appreciate you guys coming and letting me kind of hang out in your school and talk to you about what I love to do. So hopefully you got something really cool from that.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.